Hey, Gamma. Can you hear me, Gamma? Can you hear me? No, yes. Okay, because I had got a call right when I came live. I got a call. Okay, hi, Gamma. Hey, Sting Boo. Hey, Casino. Happy Friday, everyone. How y'all doing? What is going on this Good Friday night? I just came in to say hello and see what everybody had going on this Good Friday night and everything. Let y'all know how my day went and what I got going on. Let y'all know how Brit doing. Just got off the phone with her not long ago. So, yeah. I just thought I'd hit the live on y'all. I looked and shoot, I didn't see nobody live. So I was like, let me come in and say, hey, it's everybody. I am not going to be here long. I am not going to be here long. And Gamma, I caught your live. I got to catch the rest of your replay on your 10K giveaway. I was in there early for the beginning part, and then I think I missed a lot of the giveaways. So I got to do a replay. So congratulations again on your 10K, honey. Much, much, much deserved. Casino says happy Friday. Same to you, Casino. Thing says busy moving stuff out my living room. They coming to shampoo my carpet tomorrow so they can deliver my new furniture. But oh, Sting, I am so excited for you, and I know you so excited, honey. You got to send me some pictures when you get everything in there, honey. Hi, Drea Queen. She said good evening in the safe zone. Good evening right back at you, boo. Y'all here go this Chinese writing and stuff again in front of some of y'all names. I don't know what this is, and it's nerve-wracking. Yes, and thanks for stopping by. Oh, you're welcome, honey. I got to catch the replay so I can see, about who I got, who won the giveaways and stuff. Gamma says, yes, thing that is exciting. Absolutely. Hi, Seneca. Hey, boo, what's up with you? Hey, Seneca. Hey, T-Lo. Just hey in the Say Zone, Moss and chat. How you doing? That goes, Annette. Annette said, hi, beautiful Safe Zone. You and please, when you talk to baby Brittany again, tell her I love her. Okay, I will, Miss Annette. I will. I'll probably be talking to her before they turn the phones off tonight. For sure. And I just got off the phone with her probably about an hour and a half ago. And of course we've been texting back and forth all day. So I definitely would tell her, Miss Annette. I will. Hi, Rhonda the gorgeous one. Say hello, beautiful in the Say Zone and chat. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday night. I can't even say Friday evening because this is past it. But happy Friday night. Welcome, welcome, welcome to In The Safe Zone. Y'all hit the like button for me, please, and thank you. It has been as much as 50 people up in here. 6 likes. Come on, hit that like button. Just at least let the likes match the views, honeys. That's all I ask. Hit the like button. It's free of charge. In my Miss Carver voice, she said it don't cost a thing to hit the like button, and it does not. It does not. But at the same time, I do have super stickers, super chat, super thanks after the live. And I got memberships over here that's 2 affordable tiers in the Safe Zone Circle of Love and Peace, Love, and Joy. So feel free to copy a membership, y'all, if y'all want to, or send a super sticker, super chat, super thanks, even after the live, all of which is greatly appreciated. Even the likes and the shares. And most definitely the views, y'all. Sting says, I've been out the loop. Don't tell me wait a minute, you been out the loop. Don't tell me. Tara, she has all my prayers. And, of course, my love. Okay, Sting, I will. I definitely will. Hey, ask your mom how you doing. She said, hey, Raymir Moss in chat, how you doing? Nessa Pooh has entered the conversation. Hey, Nessa Pooh. She said, hey, InTheSafeZone, boo. How you doing, Nessa? Ashima said, tell my Brittany. Ashima said, hey, I will. I definitely will. Like I said, she'll probably call me before they turn the phones off. Or she'll text me. And or if not, most definitely I'll be talking to her sometime in the morning after they get up. And sending her, keeping her in her family prayers. Yes, Ashaman. Okay, boo. I will let her know. I definitely will. I talked to her today, y'all, and she's doing okay. She is doing okay. And she wanted me to let you guys know that she is doing okay. And I was telling her about, everybody and all the support and stuff, and she's so appreciative. She's very appreciative, and she told me, to let everybody know she's doing okay. At this point. And when I talk to her, y'all, on the phone, I can tell she is. She is. And it ain't no pretending. She is. Even though I can video call her and everything, and see her face. I had video called her over the last, I think on this go round since she been there. So I just been talking to her on the phone, but I can tell, I can tell. And, but just by talking her to it, she is doing okay, at this point, y'all. So just keep the prayers coming, if you sincerely want to send some up for and the support, it'll be greatly appreciated for. Greatly appreciated. Sting says, I didn't even know. Sting, you didn't? I'm surprised about that, boo, because they've been going live about it and talking about it and gloating and, happy and all that over the last couple of days. So I thought you knew, boo. Hi, Tinsley. Tell her to keep her head up. I will, Gamma. I will. Sting said, how long it's been in the safe zone? When she went to court Monday, Sting. It was when she went to court Monday. And once she went to court Monday, they kept her. So since Monday. Hi, Justice. Justice said hello in the safe on the chat. Hello, Justice. Happy Friday. How are you? How are you? Tilo says, how is Libra for? I talked to Libra. Well, I text Libra for, what was that? I think 2 days ago. She doing okay, y'all. She's doing okay. Look, Katie is doing okay, too. She's doing okay, too. Gamma says, hey, Justice. Her Vibe says, hey, in the Say Zone, boo. Hey, Her Vibe, how you doing? Okay, Sting. Okay, boo. I see. Okay, because I was like, okay, I'm wondering, because everybody, they've been talking about it. So I didn't know, boo. Thank you, Nessa Pooh. She gifted one in the Safe Zone gift membership. Let's see who got it. Drum roll, please. Justice, welcome to In the Safe Zone, boo. You have been gifted a membership. And remember, it's free for the next 30 days, boo. And then if you want to keep the membership, you have to put your card in to keep the membership. But congratulations. Thank you, Nessa Pooh. Let me see. Fuck them miserable folks laughing and making fun of people's issues. Come with spin the block. You don't have to like her, but Gloating's crew. Absolutely, Asha Mom, and I absolutely agree. I do agree, But at the same time, people feel how they feel. So it is what it is on that. It is what it is. But as for me personally, I would never kick a person when they're down. No matter what. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to laugh and make fun of misfortune on anybody. not just Brittany, anybody. That's not me. I'm not gonna do that. So I never want to see anybody behind bars. I don't want to see anybody locked up, away from family and, loved ones and friends. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I'm not gonna wish that on anybody. So I get it, but like you say, at the end of the day, people gonna feel how they feel. She know it, I know it, and everybody know it. Everybody know it. Hey, Movado. Justice says, I'm good in yourself. I'm hanging in there, Justice. I am hanging in there, honey. I'm hanging. That's all I can say for right now. Hi, Capricorn, just joining in. Hello, everyone. How's Britt? Britt is doing good, Capricorn. I talked to her. I had just said earlier. I talked to her probably like an hour and a half ago. I done talked to Britt 3 times today, y'all, believe it or not. Talked to her 3 times a day and been texting back, and we've been texting back and forth all day. Seemed like pretty much. So, but Capricorn, she doing okay. As well as can be expected. Don't nobody want to be behind bars. Don't nobody want to be, locked up, or whatever the case may be. But she doing good. She is doing good. I wouldn't tell you no story. I wouldn't tell you no story about that. Justice says, wow. Wow, what, Justice? Hey, Gamma says, move me. Hey, she said, thank you. Justice says, thank you. Nessa said, you're welcome, Justice. Sting says, exactly in the safe zone. Yes, Sting. I mean, that's just me. That's just how I am. That's how I'm built. That's me, on YouTube, and that's me in real life. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not going to do it. I ain't never did it, and I'm not going to do that. No matter what or who. I don't wish that on nobody at the end of the day. Hi, Helen. Hi, Libra 4. She in the chat. She said, hey, InTheSafeZone, and everyone in the chat. Libra 4, they been throwing up them prayer hands for you, honey, in the chat for you and Britt. I'm y'all. It's free of charge. It don't cost nothing to hit that like button, I promise you. Also, it's products on the link. Check them out. Scroll through them. That's just another way to earn money on here. We, earn a small commission off of the products, y'all. And to go back up, Mrs. T-Baby retracted her message in the beginning. And thank you, Gamma, for the floating heart. That's what it was. I ain't want to leave you out, baby. Yep, you was gifted a membership. Hey, my Blue. It's a good evening, my sis, Moss and Chess. How you doing, Blue Bae? How you doing? Hey, Leo girl. Hey, InTheSafeZone. Absolutely, whole vibe. Absolutely. People say, not kicking about it either. God don't like ugliness, and I love everybody. I don't mess with nobody unless they mess with me. Miss Annette, that is it right there. That's me. Absolutely. I was trying to make sure I ain't miss nobody. Hey, Saret. Thank you, Justice, for the super chat. Thank you. Y'all put some love on the super chat from Justice. Thank y'all. Y'all didn't even set me no goal. I've been forgetting, they had took my goal. They had stole my goals, child, from one point in time, but they done gave them back to me. I think, now you know what? They ain't gave them back, y'all, yet. I can't even set no goal. I don't know why they be stealing my goals like that. That's crazy. I can't even set one. I probably could from like another device, but on here, it don't even give me an option, y'all. They done stole my goals. Let me see. I'm doing fairly well. My arm is in a sling. I have to see the orthopedic specialist for an MRI. Oh, Blue, what happened, baby? Did you fall? Well, we praying that you, have a speedy recovery, baby. I know how it is without your limb. Ew, that's bad. Like, especially, is it not the one you ride with? Thank everyone for the prayers. Absolutely, before we love you. Hey, legendary boo. Blue. Hold on, I read that. Okay, I have to use my tablet. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's what it is. Just I done said the folks and stole my goals. Because I can't set it, and I used to be able to do it from the cell phone. Okay, so I have to get on a tablet or something on my other phone. Okay. Thank you. Hey, Williams World. Your Arkansas sister is doing good, Williams World. Is doing good. I believe it was gradual. It's not that I had wrote. Oh, it's not the handwriting. Okay, well, good. Everybody sending you some feel better comments in the chat, Blue Blue. Feel better, honey. But yep, y'all, I just want to let y'all know, Brick doing okay. And she wanted me to let everybody know that she was doing okay. And come in and see how y'all was doing and see what was going on y'all Friday night and let y'all know some stuff I had going on. And that's all I wanted to do. It was dry. I was looking. It wasn't nobody live. So I was like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity for me to jump on when ain't nobody on. I think I done spoke to everybody that has been up in here. I don't. Blue asked for an an open MRI machine. Get wet. So what Blue say? Wait a minute. Let me go back. Thank you. Tell her if she need me, let me know. Okay, Williamsburg, I definitely will. Yeah, honey, you gonna have to tell them to put you in one of them open MRI machines, cause baby, if you in one of them closed MRI machines, it make you feel like you laying up in a damn casket, like you up in a casket, like you can't breathe, like you can't catch your breath. You will find out if you claustrophobic if you get in one of them MRI machines that don't have the open flap and the open door on it. I'm telling you. So make sure you ask for the one that's got the open flap. Thanks for the well wishes. Yes, please send out love. I am. Hey, Legend, I caught your video, Legend. Legend, you is something else with this video with the episodes and all of that. You something else with that. I gotta go back and catch some replays, y'all. if y'all ain't checked out Legend, check out Legend on his page and his videos, y'all. And subscribe to my boo Vanessa Pretty Vibes. Who else up in here? Let me go up because I don't want to miss Gamma's World. Absolutely. Justice Reacts. Sub up and make sure you are following and got those post notification bells set to all, honey. Absolutely. I was just over there. Legend. I had to check you out, legendary. Okay, Blue, that was to you. You want to have an open MRI machine. Trust me. Absolutely. That's the only one I'm telling you, because if you don't, you're going to feel so enclosed up in there. You ain't going to be able to breathe up in there. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. It feels like you laying up in a casket. See, who is that? See, Pat Tip. Hey, InTheSafeZone, how you talked about the mom being arrested about the 6-year-old? Oh my God, CPAT. I do need to talk about that. That was horrible. I absolutely need to talk about that. Y'all, listen. Oh my God, listen. TRW says, hey, InTheSafeZone. Hey, TRW, boo. Thank you, Nessa, for dropping Legend. Legends link, boo. Drop yours too, Nessa. Everybody sub up to everybody. I don't want to miss none of the content creators in here. Nessa, did I say you? Yep, I did say Nessa. C-Pat, you absolutely right. I need to talk about that, y'all. This was horrible. Have y'all heard about it? Put it in the chat if y'all done heard about it.
What? That Afro Man shit?
No, that lady that hit that 7-year-old and what's her name and killed him.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Yeah. He was riding. No, he wasn't riding a bike. No, he wasn't.
Boy, now how you gonna get back in the house with your hands saucy?
What that is you eating?
Seafood.
Where your napkins at? You gonna? I don't even have. Hold on, y'all.
He want a liquor?
I don't even have none of that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, cause he wanna walk me out so bad.
Yeah, that one. Hey, Lisa. Thank you, Whole Vibe, for the floating heart. Thank you. Subscribe to the other creators. Thank you, Blue. Vanessa gonna drop them in the chat, y'all. Um, whole vibe, you hadn't heard about it. Know what happened? Okay, let me tell y'all about it. Thank you for bringing it up. Oh my God, y'all, this is so tragic. Yes, TRW. So y'all, listen. It was a young boy. I think he was 7 years old. He was in one of the neighborhoods here. They live on a busy street, so to speak. You know, it's not like a real neighborhood street. It's like off a busy street. And he was outside playing basketball. He had a little goal set up out there in the yard. And he was playing basketball. He was 6. He was playing basketball out there in the yard by himself. It was nobody else out there. Please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, y'all. Thank you. So, he was out there playing ball by himself. It was nobody else out there. Wasn't no adults out there, nothing. He was out there by himself. And cars was coming by, and granted, most of the cars that was coming by, y'all, they were really going fast, if you ask me. At least that's what I thought when I saw the video. But when huh? Do I got what? Do I got cat? I don't have none. What you trying to do? Yep, because I ain't got none. I don't even carry it. Yep. Be careful. So he was playing ball outside. No adults outside, no neighbors outside. It was eerie on the video, y'all, because wasn't nobody out there. But the cars that was coming by. And the cars that was coming by, in my opinion, they was going kind of fast for a neighborhood street until I saw where they lived. And then I was like, oh, okay. I know why, because the speed limit is a little more right there, because that's a main busy street that they stayed off. Y'all, why about, TRW, help me out. Why, I know I saw like maybe 2 or 3 more cars come through there. And then all of a sudden, you see the little boy playing with the ball. And I don't know, look like on the video, to me, look like he kicked the ball toward the street, y'all. Look like he kicked. Thank you, Legend, for the thumbs up. Thank you. Look like he kicked the ball towards the street, if you ask me, from the video. He looked back before he went out there to get it. He looked back. He contemplated. He hesitated. Like I said, he looked back at the door. And he turned around and he ran out there to get that ball. And when he ran out there, a few seconds passed. And y'all, I promise, the next thing you hear is skirt, boom. And after that, you hear neighbors and people running out their house, saying, what's going on? What happened? What's this? What's that? And they was all running out trying to see what was going on. And the little boy had got hit by one of the cars that came through there. I guess they happened to come through there after he ran in the street to get the ball. And y'all, I heard the wreck on the Ring camera, because somebody's Ring camera caught the footage. And that's what's been floating on Facebook. I closed my eyes, y'all, and I listened. I knew that baby didn't stand a chance with how loud that car was screeching, how long it was screeching, and how hard that impact was. Now, keep in mind, this is a car crashing into a child, but it sounded like it crashed into a wall, if you ask me. So I was like, oh my God, and I stopped the video and I didn't want to see nothing else. I was like, okay, I'm not watching it no more. Then become to find out it didn't show anything else. It just, you know, it just played that part, and then it played all the neighbors coming out, and then it played eventually the people inside the house where the little boy was playing in the yard came out the house. It even took them a little minute to come out the house. And when they came out the house, that's when they was running and saying, what happened? Oh my God, you know, what was going on? And she waited. She didn't run. She got out. She stayed with the baby. She held the baby until the ambulance came. Or till the parents came. Whichever one, the way it went. But y'all, that baby didn't stand a chance. Not from what I heard. Lord rest his little angel soul. Not from what I heard. I knew it. I knew he didn't stand a chance. He didn't. And so it's like a big thing going on here. You know, the lady that hit the little boy and the lady and the mom of the little boy been kind of going back and forth. Not really going back and forth on Facebook, but the mom, the one that hit the baby posted a whole post about the experience and, you know, and how sorry she was and all of this and all that. And the mama shared saying stuff like, that's the biggest lie I ever told and all this. So it was a whole big thing between the mama and the lady that actually crashed into him, you know. And then what really did it was this, you know, she, you know, was arrested. She was arraigned. They was investigating to see if they was gonna charge this mom. And what happened was the mom decided that she wanted to do a balloon release. And she set it up where she would do a balloon release, had all the family members and neighborhood friends and stuff out there. And she was doing like an emotional talk before they released the balloons. And the mom said something to the effect of, on 1, 2, 3, I don't know if it's a mom or who, it was somebody. They said on 1, 2, 3, I want you to say he can get the ball, because there's been a whole lot of backlash about this ball. And why was no parents out there with this 6-year-old playing? You know. And they were saying he got hit because he kicked that ball in that street and he ran out there to get that ball and wasn't no parents out there supervising him. So she, you know, she's been getting backlash about that. So she said, 1, 2, 3, everybody say he can get the ball. He can get the ball. And everybody said, thank you for the 100, Vanessa. And on 3, everybody said he can get the ball. Sure did. But she's been getting backlash. I don't think that went the way she thought it was going to go, because now people are saying, listen, woman, your baby was outside playing by himself, not an adult or cousin or nothing in sight when he was playing this part. It was then, got to this part, wasn't nobody out there. So she got a lot of backlash for that. Well, I don't know what this mama did, but the one that was driving, they went to court. She was arraigned. They did the investigation, and they originally charged her, and they dropped the charges on that lady. After viewing the video, after everything, and seeing, I guess, what the mama had posted about getting a ball, they dropped the charges against her. And the mother was arrested. And I want to say, TRW, help me out now. I want to say she was arrested for, I don't know if it was threatening this lady here or child neglect or something. I don't know what she was arrested for, but it turned around. She got arrested. And they are saying that video she did of that balloon release, making that talk she said, talking about he can get the ball. He can get the ball. He can get the ball, you know, and all this old stuff, and talking about that her son was going to hunt the driver and be in her dreams. Now, she was just a whole little thing that she said at the balloon release. And I believe those people that were instigating all the police and stuff, that was detectives that was investigating, I think that played a role too in their decision. Because right after that video, boom, the next day, charges dropped against the driver. So it's been a mess, y'all. My prayers and stuff go out to that family. They lost their baby. He was 6. I know he was precious. He was just out there, wanting to play and do ball. But his parents and the adults failed him, in my opinion, y'all. And this is just my opinion. They failed him because nobody was outside watching him. Nobody. He kicked that ball in the street. It was on his foot. In my opinion, that's what I noticed. And he looked back several times before he went out there, which leads me to believe, y'all, he knew that he was not supposed to go in that street. He knew he was not supposed to go in that street. But you know how little boys and girls are. Curiosity gets to them. And he kept looking back. He kept looking back as if he was looking to make sure they wasn't watching. Or looking back, seeing, knowing he wasn't supposed to do it. And he ran out in that street, and she just happened to be coming. Just like all those other cars, 3 or 4 before her. She happened to be coming through at that time and struck him. It could have been any one of those cars that came through there. So it's a lot going on with it. I'm gonna do a little bit more research about the mom and and why she was arrested, but she was arrested. And it's a lot, y'all. The city is really kind of torn up behind this one. One thing I can say about Memphis is this, it's a lot of crime going on, and it's bad. It is, with them stealing cars and carjacking and guns and stuff. But the city stick together when it comes to things like this. So this one really, has affected the community. Real bad. Real bad. So what do y'all think? Let me hear from some of y'all in the comments. What do y'all think? Who fault do you all think it was? Although that does not matter. Just for the sake of, the live or whatever. Whom do you see as at fault for it? Was it the driver? Could she have been going a little tad bit fast and could have been slower going through there? Was it the mama and the grown-ups in that house that failed him, that didn't come outside and play with him? What do you think? Honey, you could have fell out the bushes, boo. She wouldn't have mind. My Lord, people can't be in that much of a hurry, especially not in a neighborhood where children are playing. Yes. Legend says, thank you. Vanessa, thank you. InTheSafeZone, you welcome. Blue, that's why we have huge speed bumps in our neighborhoods. Oh, we need it, baby. He should have ran in the house and told his mama to get the ball. Yes. Hey, Jacqueline. I had a brother that got hit by a car. He wasn't even 2. And, of course, he passed. Oh, my God. I know. Lord Sting says, I'm sorry for your loss of the baby brother. Yes, I think the mom got arrested. She did. The lady who hit my brother was my mom's best friend. That lady was never the same. I'm sure she was not. Oh, my God. When did this happen? This is horrible. Baby, see, this just happened. This is still going on. Here. She sounds stupid. Why would she say that? I don't know, Jacqueline. But, when people are grieving, and stuff, they say things. I don't even really blame the mama for, the things, how emotional she got, and the things she was saying. I do feel, however, that her emotions had gotten the best of her, or whatever. But in the time of grief, when something happens, she done just lost her 6-year-old baby. You never know never know how it will come out. I know this shouldn't matter, but who is white and who is black? Everybody was black, Blue. Everybody. Probably was neglect. He too young to be outside alone. Absolutely, Movado. They locked her up. Hi, what is that? Isilma Brooks, how you doing? But my philosophy is when it's your time, it's your time. Yeah, that's true, Sting. Everybody got a number. Absolutely. My mom would tell me to leave the ball if it ever went in the street. She also never let me go unsupervised. We should go back to the old school upbringing. Times have changed. Absolutely. Horrible child endangerment. Yes. Hi, Roslyn. The drivers was going entirely too fast. Yeah, they were. It seemed like they were, Legend, but on that street, you would be surprised that the speed limit it's up there for that street. So they wasn't really speeding. That's why I said they live off a busy street. It's really not a neighborhood street. To be fair, I say the parents should have been watching the baby, but the driver also is to share the blame. Absolutely. If you watch the video, those people that drove down the street were all speeding. Yeah, they were. It appeared that they was going fast on the video, but that speed limit, Rosalind, on that street, it's up there. You know, it's up there. My kids couldn't go out the house without me watching, but I won't place the blame because I don't know the story. Do they teach kids anymore to look both ways? I feel like we gotta go back to some old rules. Baby, see, the only thing of it is, it wasn't nothing to look both ways on. He looked both ways. He walked out there. Wasn't anything coming when he walked out there, but his ball was in the street. So he walked out in the street to get the ball. Yeah, he looked both. I'm sure he looked both ways before he went. Wasn't nothing coming when he walked out there. She came through while he was in the middle of the street getting the ball. And this what happened. She probably got a lot of guilt too. She does. You know, she did a whole emotional post about it. She'll never be the same. You know, she'll never be the same. And it says, "So you know what kind of mother I have. She never knew we were sad to say, but it's true." Oh man, she never knew where y'all was. That's sad. One on the streets I take home had one of the streets I have to take home has a house where the kids are always outside by themselves running the street. So I take extra precaution when I turn down because I don't want to hit nobody. That's, oh my God. With all the shooting, kidnapping, and other things, he should not have been out playing dog. He shouldn't. And it wasn't really dog legend. It wasn't dark. It was, you know, you could still see outside. So, but I get what you're saying. I absolutely get what you're saying. I do. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Granny. What's that you ate? Seafood. Where you get that from? My mama bought it. Where she got that from? I don't know. About an extra, she said she was 14 minutes away. Okay. Woo. Okay, I'm back, y'all. That boy had a whole seafood boil in there, and I ain't even know it. So, y'all, that is what happened with the 6-year-old that was unalived by the driver, y'all. And it's really sad, but they dropped the charges and they arrested the mom. You know, so we got to see how this going to play out, and I'm going to kind of follow her case or whatever the case may be, you know, or whatever. Because I'm just here to tell you, it's sad. I mean, the whole town just messed up about it. I was out buying cigarettes for people at the age of 5 and 6. Wow, Sting. But you know, you was born in that era, Sting. I think where they did that a lot. You know, that's what they sent you to the store to buy cigarettes from the corner store. They sent you to buy this. You could walk and go here and do this. That was the time that we was living in, y'all. Honestly, that was just the time we lived in. So I can kind of see it back then, you know. But now, of course, you know they can't do that because they done changed the rules. So Sting, can you still hear me? Child, I probably got a call. Brittany probably tried to call a couple of times because I got my do not disturb off. Lord, I see it's probably too late now. Man. Can you still hear me, Sting? Baby C, can you hear me? I'm about to get off of here in a minute. My hour just about up. Nessa said yes. Okay, good. Okay. Yep, so y'all, that's that. You know, I hate that happened to that baby. You know, I'm keeping that family in my prayers. And I'm also keeping the young lady that ran into him in my prayers. because her life will never be her life will never be the same. Once you do something like that, you really don't, you always, you take that with you. In other words, the young man that unalived my nephew, my great nephew, and his fiance, and injured our baby Europe. No matter what happens in April when we go for sentencing, you know, because he's already in prison in his mind. He'll never be able to live down the fact that he crashed into somebody and killed not only one person, but two parents and a child, and severely injured the other child. So once I started looking at things that way, then I started to come to terms with it. Because y'all know I've been struggling with, not wanting this young man to get no time. But even with that, I feel like he already in prison in his head. Because he ain't going to never get a good night's sleep no more. And if he do get a good night's sleep, he going to have to take something to get that good night's sleep. So, to me, the end justify the means with the sentence anyway. No matter what. Okay, if they give him those 4 and 5 years of probation, okay. If they give him 4 or 5 years in prison, okay. But if they don't, he in a prison in his head. So I just, I struggle with that. Going to court, I've been going to court. I have not missed a court day for 2 years since this case been, on the docket. And when the young man walked in there and I met him for the first time, because we didn't know what he looked like. Y'all, something just came over me. My heart just got so, oh my God, my heart was so heavy when he turned around to get ready to walk up out, and I'm like, oh my God, look at this young man, look at this well-dressed young man. This young man putting me in the mind of my nephew, whom life he took. When I'm looking at him, I'm really basically looking at my nephew. I'm like, God, I don't want this young man to go to jail, for a mistake that he made. He made I'm not going to even say a mistake, y'all, because at our age, if you're 18 years and up, you don't make mistakes, you make choices. He made the choice to do what he did, but I don't want to see him go to jail for life for that. I was struggling with that. Y'all know that's been here with me. No, I was struggling with that. But that's how I came to terms with it. I said, you know what? He in prison in his head. That's enough. That's enough for me. Now, all my family members don't feel that way. But that's where I am with it, That's where I am with it. This was a clean-cut young man. He didn't have any drugs in him, no alcohol in him. Military, made a stupid choice that day. And that choice cost my nephew and great nephew their lives. Almost cost my niece her life, my great niece her life. Thing we did a lot for the elders back in the day. Your mom could write a note and I could use my grandma's credit card and pennies. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Rosson said yes, he looked both ways several times and looked back towards the house. He did. I knew he was critical because the sound was as if two cars had hit head on. The driver held him until he passed. So said Rosson, I told them that. I even demonstrated what I heard. Oh my God, I said when I heard that, I was like, sound like they crashed into another car. But she didn't. She crashed into a child that was 6 years old that made that sound like that. I said, Jesus be offense when I heard it. You absolutely right, Roslyn. You absolutely right. Ooh. Movado says, you right. It's replaying in her mind and dreams every day. And it is. I know it is. I know it is. You can't tell me it ain't playing in your mind every day unless you just somebody that got a black heart and got a cold heart and don't care about human life and nobody's feelings. Unless you just some type of evil doer out here. It's got to be replaying in your dreams every night what you did. That lady gonna need some counseling and more. Just like that mother is. This I know to be true. This I know to be true. Baby T, Baby T said, InTheSafeZone, your heart is so pretty. Thank you, Baby T. Thank you. And that's genuine. I'm telling you. That ain't no playing. That ain't no playing. Anybody in my real life will tell you that's how Ray Mirror is. Blue says, yes, I totally agree. I heard older people say they hear the voices of the deceased. Blue, come on now. Come on. If I did something like that, I would be in the crazy house. Sting. And it puts some people in the crazy house too, baby. Yes, it does. They come to us every day. So you absolutely right. Yes, Nessa, it was bad. Yes. And when I heard it, I was like, that poor baby. Oh my God, I can't even fathom and think about it. The sound was horrible on that video. I hear that screeching in my head now. I hate I even watched that video. I shouldn't have never watched it. But that what my nose and tail get. I'm telling you, that nose and this shit get me in trouble sometimes. I knew I shouldn't have watched it. My spirit told me I shouldn't have watched it. And when I tell you, I can still hear that screech and that hit like I was watching it yesterday or today. She held him in her arms until he passed away. So sad. I know. And I mean, I'm like, I don't even understand that part because I'm like, at this point, where was mama? Why the mama wasn't holding him until he passed away? Because they came outside right after it happened. So I got a lot of questions, y'all. I just got a lot of questions. Hey, Angie Pooh. Hey, Ray Ray. How you doing? And welcome to In the Safe Zone. So, I'm just saying, y'all, I just know that it's tragedy all the way around. It's tragedy for the family that lost that little baby, their precious baby. And it's tragedy for her. Because although they did drop the charges, because there was no neglect on her part, he ran out into the street. He went out there and got the ball. There was no parents around watching him. She came through driving just like pretty much everybody was driving. And she crashed into him because he was in the street. She didn't have time to do nothing. When she hit them brakes, y'all could hear it screeching. From when she hit them brakes to that crash, she saw that child and tried to stop. That's one thing you do know. You can tell from watching the video. She tried desperately to stop. And it was a long time before that screech. And then boom. So she was trying to stop. I'm telling you. So, they did drop the charges on her or whatever. But in her head, y'all, them charges gonna stick. You might as well say they stuck. You might as well say they stuck. You might as well say them charges stuck because she in prison for life. And that's just my take on it. This is my opinion. This is in the safe zones, viewpoint of it. And that's just, what I see. It's a tragedy all the way around. And one would say you have to blame both of them. The parent for being negligent and the driver for being negligent for, whatever. But the police said, The police said it wasn't an issue with the speed limit. She tried to stop. He ran out into the street. We saw the video. There was no parental supervision out here. And it's unfortunate, but we're not charging her. And so it's just a bad situation for everybody all the way around. With my nephew, you know, um, they considered, you know, they go with the lesser charge of vehicular homicide times 3 and vehicular assault times 1. Vehicular homicide because he took out 3 people at one time of my family. And then vehicular assault because he severely injured my niece. That's what they decided to charge him with in the end, y'all. And what he was doing was he was speeding. You know, he was speeding. He was in a Camaro, very up-to-date Camaro, young. He was speeding. And the impact of him speeding and going as fast as he was is what the judge and the DA is saying was, potentially was fatal. Well, we ain't gonna say potentially was fatal because he was going so fast. If he hadn't been going that fast coming through there and he crashed into them, they saying it may have been a chance for those that passed. But because he was going at such a high speed, it wasn't even a chance for them to survive. So that's how they went. That's how they went with my case, y'all. With this one, she was just riding through there, and he had walked out in the street to get the ball. And then, she didn't have license and stuff, and she didn't have, what do you call it, insurance or something. So, they got her for that. But eventually, they dropped that too. So maybe they found out something different after they ran everything. Because I can't see them dropping charges totally on her, and she didn't have no license and registration or insurance. That charge would have still stuck. But they dropped everything against her. So I don't know what's going on with that. I gotta research that and see, how was that even possible? Roslyn says, yes, she did try. And she did. She definitely tried to stop. You could tell she tried to stop. So he was just being a child, poor baby. Absolutely. And that's how I look at it. That's what children do. That is why parents are supposed to be outside, because children are just being children. But if a parent or an older, person was out there, that child wouldn't have never ran into the street, because he looked back at the house 2 or 3 times before he did. So if the presence of those parents or a cousin or older cousin or somebody had been outside, chances are that child wouldn't have ran into the street. Can we say for 100% certain? No. But I'm just saying. You can tell by the way he looked back at the house, that he knew he wasn't supposed to be doing something. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Vanessa said 100. Absolutely. Hey, Beat the Odds Reloaded. How you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Roslyn says both are at fault because she had no license or insurance. It's really complicated, and it is. That's a lot of layers to peel back. Kind of shifts the situation, making her more at fault. Who, Blue? Because MPD dropped all the charges on her. Everything they was charging her with, including no driver license. All the adults in the house, yes. Did she have any other kids in the same zone? You know what, Vanessa? I don't know, but I'm sure I think she did. The driver most definitely was not at fault. That's my opinion. I get it, Jacqueline. A lot of people in Memphis feel the same way. Without license or insurance, she shouldn't be driving. See, Sting, I got to check that because they dropped all the charges against her. They didn't even specify that the driving with no license and insurance, they dropped everything. She was charged with that from the beginning. But she was also charged with vehicular homicide. So they dropped all the charges. So I got to do a little research on that driver license and that insurance. I got to see what's going on with that, baby, because they dropped all the charges now, unless I read that wrong. Well, she may have just walked away with citations. Yeah, that's maybe so. Maybe so, but I'm definitely gonna research it, and I'm gonna see what was going on with that driver's license and insurance, cause she was charged with that for not having it in the beginning. Just tragic on all levels, but yes, definitely an adult should have been waiting, watching him. Absolutely. And when I say I just feel like he wouldn't have walked in the street if adults were outside, I just don't believe he would have. Cause of the way he looked back. Y'all gotta watch the video. And I'm telling you, y'all'll be the same way if y'all watch the video. Because he definitely looked back several times before he went into that street to get that ball. He kicked it in the street. Now, let me ask you this, Roslyn. Did you or did you not see him kick that ball in the street? Because I saw him kicking in the street and then look back several times before he ran out there to get the ball. Hold on, y'all. Rosa said, I just looked it up. She had no driver's license. She had no valid driver's license. Okay, so her license wasn't valid. Okay, so they may have given her a citation for that. I don't know, but I just know they dropped all the charges. So she may have got cited for that. Yeah, but they dropped all the charges. The vehicular homicide, all of that, they dropped it. Or whatever it was, vehicular homicide, or was it something, whatever it was, they dropped it. You're not going to get away with driving with no license or insurance in Texas. We don't play child's thing. They get away with that shit down here all the time. So I know folks drive down here for 2-3 years with no license. I'm just going to be honest. The only way people have started getting caught down here with no license and no registration is because they had all those different agencies here. When they brought the sheriffs in and they brought the highway patrol and the TBI and all the people. That's the only reason why they was making all of those arrests for people that didn't have no driver license, is because all those agencies was here. Because if it wasn't for that it wouldn't even be like that, man. Blue, he won't. Ain't that something? No, I don't want to watch it. I made the mistake the other day and watched a man shoot a woman several times, get in his car and run about it over in Milwaukee. And I went, ooh, Movado, I know. See, that's how I feel about this video. My spirit was telling me don't look, and I did it anyway. And he catching me. Rosin, it looked like to me he kicked it or it bounced off his foot. You didn't see nothing dealing with that baby foot. I don't want to go back and watch. I'm going to take your word for it, boo. That tells me he was cautious of his surroundings and watching out for cars. She had to have been speeding and lost control. She didn't lose control, Blue. She didn't lose control. He was in the middle of the street. She came through there. She saw him. She hit her brakes. Them brakes skidded for a while before the crash even happened. That's what happened. She didn't go out of control. They done investigated this wreck to the T. They got cameras in the sky. They know what happened. Yep. Cause all around Memphis, they got Big Brother watching. They saw what happened. They know what happened. That's why they dropped the charges on her. That's why they dropped them. And I know he's only 6, Blue, but he looked back toward the house 2 or 3 times after the ball went in the street before he went in the street to get it. I'm talking about he hesitated several times and turned around and looked back at the door. That leads me to believe he knew he wasn't supposed to go out in that street, though. But kids will be kids. That's why parents are supposed to be watching them. That's my opinion. That's what I got from it. You most definitely cannot do that today. Texas motto is don't mess with Texas, and they mean that. Oh, that's a good thing, Sting. They need to get like that here. I bet y'all won't be watching. I already have it something. Blue, please don't watch, Boo. Please don't watch. Because I'm telling you, I can still hear that car screeching and I can hear that crash right now in my head. I'm telling you, I can. I bet you I won't be watching. Okay, I read that. Rosin said, the article said this week the driver charges was dropped following a hearing with judge. Yep, he did. Nessa said, I can't watch either, Blue. He was trying to see if anyone was looking at him. Yeah, he was, Thing. That's what I got from it. I kept saying, ooh, baby, I know you ain't gonna run out there and get that ball. I kept saying it before everything happened. Cause he kept looking back, like, I don't supposed to do that. But he just, that third time, he walked on out there. And he was out there for a minute before she came through there. He was in the street, apparently. Because he was out there for a minute before she came through in the frame of the camera. And then you hearing the screeching on the tires and then the crash. He was I don't want to watch it anymore either. I can't. I know, baby. Please hit the like button, y'all. Comment, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all. They talked to a neighbor, and the neighbor say it's always accident right there. She said, cause they end up in her yard. That's a shame, Rosalind. That's a shame. But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all do remember I told y'all 4th of July 3-4 years ago? My sister lives on a busy highway in Memphis. I mean, a busy street in Memphis. And we just came in from a 7-day road trip vacation, right? The next morning, I get a call. They telling me, get up and come over to my sister's house. A car done crashed into my sister's house, y'all. I'm talking about crashed into my sister home. Tore her house up while they was in there asleep. Crashed into her Camaro in the front yard. She had a practically brand new Camaro in the front yard. Totaled it. A young man died in the crash and one was severely injured. All because they were racing. Coming down a busy street. Lost control. Crashed and ended up in my sister's front yard. Tore my sister's house up. Totaled her car. They were inside the house. This was like 7 o'clock in the morning. All because 3 cars was racing. This particular car lost control. Yes. When I tell y'all my sister had to rebuild her house from the ground. That's how tore up it was. And that's the second time. Who was that?
My dad.
He confiscated his ride.
No, the belt popped off that jump.
Where was it at?
Down there at Brick House.
Okay. So that's not bad to get the belt put on though.
Yep.
Just get Jay.
Nah. He gonna get it fixed.
He gonna send somebody down there to put the belt on?
Yeah, he gonna take care of it.
Okay.
He got the whole thing. He's straight.
Okay, he not mad, is okay.
Nah, he ain't mad.
Okay, so everybody saying just Jesus, me too. Yes.
I'm mad.
I know it, Mario. When he say he gonna get it fixed?
He say he gonna get it fixed tomorrow.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I'm supposed to bring it back Sunday anyway.
It's like up there. That's too much, but it's on like a busy street. It's not like a regular neighborhood street, y'all. Man, I'm telling you. Blue said, hey, nephew. Y'all, that's production. He just got here. They said, hey. He said, hey, y'all. Vanessa said, did they get time? Well, let me tell you what happened. Um, the driver. Let me see if I can remember, Nelson. One of the guys in the car died from injuries. And the other one, no, the driver died. And the other one was injured. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. The driver lived. And the passenger died. I don't know what happened in the case. I just know that my sister, she sued for her part, in it and everything. But I can't remember if he actually went to jail or not. And I'm almost sure he did. I'm almost sure he did. I'm almost sure he did. Yep. So, yeah. Sad situation, y'all. I'm telling you, the racing and stuff in Memphis has gotten out of control. Now it done kind of eased up now over the last year, but the last couple of years that racing was horrible. I'm talking about horrible. But y'all, I appreciate y'all rocking it out with me on this Friday night. I just want to come in and say hi to everybody, give y'all an update on Britt. Again, Britt Brack doing good. She just, doing what she got to do.
Granny, could you please come eat the rest of this seafood?
Okay, I'm coming.
I don't want it. It's
Oh,
making my stomach hurt.
okay, I'm gonna come and get it. And at this point, she said to tell everybody hello, just supporting her and stuff, and she appreciated and all of that good stuff. And just kind of see what y'all was doing on this Friday. And I'm glad we had a few topics that we had to talk about and everything. I miss y'all. I ain't been out here live in a while. So appreciate y'all for stopping through. Thank y'all for the super stickers, super chats. Thank you, Nessa Pooh, for the gifted membership. Thank y'all for the 64 likes. I appreciate it so much. Y'all know my goal on each live is 50 likes. And y'all exceeded my goal. I appreciate you so bad. Thank you for everybody that came in and dropped in and had a little conversation for In the Safe Zone. I appreciate y'all so much. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. I got to take Princeton to the vet, y'all. He not feeling good. So I got to get up in the morning, and I was taking him to the groomer, but I'm going to cancel that appointment and take him to the vet. I think he constipated. I think Princeton done ate some stuff he wasn't supposed to eat. Princeton be eating tissue and chewing up his blanket, and he had got hold to some dry sheets, and I think he chewed that up, and I think it done got in his gut, and it's just, how they go, y'all, with the dogs. So I'm going to take him to the vet tomorrow and everything. And then I'm going to go down to my house and continue like the last little bit touches on that. And start so I can start getting ready to, move my new furniture and stuff in and do all that kind of stuff. So just got a little full, weekend. A little weekend ahead. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Hit the like button on the way out if you have not already done so. And if you happen to catch this live on the replay, please hit the like button, drop a comment, and that, I am told, helps to push me in the algorithm even further, y'all, because y'all know your girl ain't in nobody's algorithm. I know, Blue. I'm just really dreading it, but I think that's what's going on with him. So I'm taking him first thing in the morning. Let us all watch as well as pray. Love y'all. Absolutely. Thank y'all for the green hearts. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sting says, thanks everyone for joining In the Safe Zone. Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, sis. Send our love to Brit Boo. I will most definitely. Thank y'all. Look, Blue said, bless his heart. I know. I believe it's them damn dry sheets. That's what I think did at this time. And we didn't even know he was chewing them. So I think that's got something to do with it. But y'all pray for my little fur baby in hopes that it ain't nothing no serious than that. Okay? And on that note, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. Everybody, please have a very blessed rest of y'all nights. Sleep tight, pleasant dreams. And I will see you all tomorrow sometime. If the good Lord said the same and the creek don't rise, I'm going to try to come live tomorrow, guys. Love you all. Sending love right back. Sting. Bless his heart. Thank y'all. Later.